All right, let's jump right in. We're going to talk about a really fascinating idea from researchers at Airbnb. It's all about how to stop AI helpers from, well, getting stale over time. They've come up with something they call the agent in the loop flywheel, which is basically all about teaching AI while it's on the job. You've been there, right? I mean, you ask a super simple question about a new product feature, and the customer service bot gives you an answer that's like 6 months out of date. It's so frustrating, and it happens for a simple reason. Most of these AI systems are trained on a fixed set of data. Think of it like a photograph, a snapshot in time, and once that photo's taken, it's already old news. And that right there brings us to what the researchers call the stale bot problem. It makes so much sense when you think about it. The world is always changing, right? Company policies get updated, products evolve, and the customers are asking about changes with them. But the AI, it has no idea any of that happened. So there's actually a technical term for this. It's called knowledge decay, and it is a huge challenge in the AI world. I mean, think about this. Even a really powerful AI model can lose more than 20% of its accuracy in just a couple of years if it's not constantly updated. Its knowledge literally just decays, like an old book turning to dust. Okay, so how do companies usually deal with this? Well, the old way, it's a grind, a slow, painful process. We're talking about collecting massive piles of data, having people manually go through it all, labeling everything, and then kicking off this super long retraining cycle. It's a total marathon. And you can really see the difference here. I mean, look at this. The old way, we're talking manual labeling, probably in endless spreadsheets. That could take months. But this new agent in the loop way, it integrates the feedback right into the daily workflow. And that cuts the update time down to just a few weeks. That's not just an improvement, it's a total game changer. So this brings us to the really cool part, the core solution from that Airbnb paper. It's this whole system they built to teach the AI in real time, creating what they call a continuous data flywheel. The idea is simple. Once it starts spinning, it just gets faster and smarter on its own. So here's the breakthrough idea, and it's kind of brilliant in its simplicity. Instead of treating AI training like some separate offline chore, they turn their human customer support agents into the AI's real-time teachers, like personal tutors. So every single day, with every single customer ticket, the agents are actively teaching the AI. And this whole system has a name, Agent in the Loop, or AITL for short. It's a framework where human feedback isn't just a one-off thing you do every few months. No, it's a constant, live flow of information. And this feedback is the fuel for that data flywheel we mentioned. See, each little improvement makes the AI smarter, which helps the agents work better, which then creates even better feedback for the next improvement. It just keeps getting better and better. So you're probably wondering, how does this teaching actually work? It's not like the agents are just clicking a good bot or bad bot button. Nope. They provide 4 very specific kinds of feedback, and each one is designed to teach the AI something different, to make it smarter in a very targeted way. Let's break it down. First, the AI might suggest 2 possible answers, and the agent just picks the better one. Simple enough. Second, the agent explains why they picked that response, or maybe why they ignored both and wrote their own. This context is huge. Third, they rate whether the AI pulled its info from the right help articles. And finally, and this one is absolutely critical, they can flag when the AI is missing knowledge altogether. They're literally pointing out the gaps in the AI's brain. Okay, so this all sounds really good on paper, right? But the million-dollar question is, did the flywheel actually spin? Did it work in the real world? Well, Airbnb put the system to the test. They had a group of 40 agents using it to handle real, live customer messages. And they measured everything, speed, accuracy, you name it. They even had human evaluators compare the answers. So, did teaching the AI on the job actually make a difference? Let's see what they found. First up, the speed. And this was maybe the most dramatic result of all. That whole cycle of retraining and updating the model, the thing that used to take 3 months, they slashed that down to just a few weeks. In the world of AI development, that is a massive, massive win all by itself. And check out this chart. This really shows the impact on quality. They had human reviewers compare the answers from the new AITL trained model against the old one, side by side. And the winner was just crystal clear. Over 60% of the time, people preferred the new model's answer. The old one? It only won about a third of the time. That's not even a close fight. But, this wasn't just about which answer felt better. The team dug into the hard numbers, the objective metrics, to prove that the AI was actually quantifiably getting smarter. And just look at these numbers. The AI got almost 12% better at just finding the right information in the first place. That's recall. And it got nearly 15% better at ranking the most important info at the top. That's precision. The answers it came up with were rated over 8% more helpful. And, maybe the best proof of all, the human agents started using the AI suggestions almost 5% more often. They trusted it more because it was just plain better. So let's zoom out a bit. What's the big picture here? Well, this whole approach is way bigger than just making one chatbot better. This really points to a whole new way of thinking about how we build and maintain AI systems in general. The authors of the paper said it perfectly. They wrote that this system closes the gap between evaluation and production reality. And what that really means is that the AI isn't learning in some clean, sterile lab anymore. It's learning out in the wild, from the messiness and the chaos of the real world, every single day. And when you think about it, this is a major shift. We're moving away from thinking of AI as just a static tool, like a hammer. Instead, it becomes this dynamic partner. It's almost like an apprentice that's learning on the job, directly from the human experts working right alongside it. And it just keeps getting smarter and more helpful the longer it's there. And that really leaves us with a pretty powerful question to think about. What if we applied this idea everywhere? Just imagine an AI in medicine that learns from doctors with every single diagnosis, or an AI for programming that learns from developers as they write code. This isn't just about getting better customer service. This could be the blueprint for a future where AI and human experts don't just work together, they grow together.